Now this is something you've never seen before, a Land Rover 6x6 reimagined by our team here in Charleston, South Carolina. Let's have a look. So Land Rover built a very low number of these for the Australian military, built for the Outback. These things were built for combat operations, a significantly more robust chassis. These were extremely rugged vehicles, extremely low numbers. We were fortunate enough to get our hands on one, and our team did a phenomenal job reimagining it. We demilitarized it, if you will, in this beautiful Keswick green color. Under the hood is where it gets interesting. We repowered it with an 840 horsepower LS3 engine with a 6-speed automatic transmission, all going through a Atlas transfer case. This thing is as raw as it gets when you drive. Truly capable. One of the most fun vehicles we've built to drive. Truly, it's in this single cab version. Land Rover built quite a few of these in different configurations, troop carriers and all sorts of interesting applications that Land Rover came up with. But this, from an aesthetic standpoint, is nothing more interesting with this beautiful flatbed. Our team did a phenomenal job restoring the body of this vehicle, and they finished the top here in this beautiful wood flooring that's built to be very rugged. It's all marine grade. This thing is truly meant to be a workhorse. We're hoping the next owner of this is out there actually using this vehicle for what it is. And we've got a phenomenal team here in Charleston. We're always dreaming up different ideas. This vehicle, we've got all sorts of interesting designs for the back of this. I mean, truly, we built this one to be used. This isn't necessarily set up to be a car show vehicle. We want to see it out there with some other mission than it originally had, but out there being utilized. The flatbed area of this vehicle is extremely robust. We've got designs for all different configurations, whether it be seating. We actually have some ideas to roll some other vehicles on the back with a ramp system that's stored underneath, and potentially some sort of some storage under here as well. But this vehicle's got extended range fuel tank. With that supercharged engine, it's going to enjoy consuming some fuel, but we've added a larger fuel capacity. It's got a beautiful sound to it. Jordan, our fabricator, did a phenomenal job. A stainless steel dual exhaust coming out the back. Tremendous amount of fun. But there is a lot of different applications that this vehicle could be utilized in. So as I mentioned earlier, Land Rover built this on a significantly more robust chassis. This chassis would have been galvanized. It's custom to the Perentie line, wider stance than you'll see on the Defenders, but is significantly reinforced for the rugged demands of the Outback and combat operations. You get some tight shots on this. This would have been galvanized from the factory. We added another layer and finished it off in a beautiful hot rod black to give it more of a finished look, but just as stunning against the Keswick green. Now, just about the only thing on this that's going to be stock from a Defender going to be the doors. Everything else, a lot of the items were modified. The cabin, you'll notice, has significantly different lines than what you'd see on a Defender. Very much overbuilt. One of the most interesting features is going to be the escape hatch in the roof, which adds for all sorts of opportunities to have some fun with that. But we finished the exterior again in this beautiful Keswick green. We did LED lights all the way around. We wanted to give it a classic look, so we didn't go too aggressive with the stance or the wheels. We have Wolf steel wheels on there, paint matched, giving it somewhat of a low, kind of aggressive stance to it. So on the interior of the vehicle, for starters, we converted this to a left-hand drive. Our team built a custom dash. This would have looked nothing like it. A beautiful leather dash that they did a phenomenal job. We integrated Dakota digital gauges. So the vehicle also has heat and air conditioning. You'll see the functionality of that right here. Of course, integrated technology. We've got power windows and locks. We've got USB charging. We've done a beautiful control panel up top here that's going to have wireless CarPlay and connect you to a very powerful JL audio system from an audio perspective. So it's got a lot of modern amenities on the inside. We wanted to retain a classic look. It's finished in this bison brown leather with cashmere inserts. Again, very custom. And then throughout the cabin, you'll see German square weave carpet, all hand cut by our team here in Charleston under that heavy insulation. This 840 horsepower engine is going to produce quite a bit of noise and heat, so we want to keep that out of this tight little cabin. But a really Great little cabin space in here. You've got your escape hatch we talked about earlier. From a driver's perspective, a ton of fun. We got seating for 3. We can add some additional seating in the back with some bench seats, which would be a ton of fun. So we just talked about the vehicle from the outside perspective, talked a little bit about the drivetrain, but what it's all about is driving the actual vehicle. On the inside of the cabin, the team did a phenomenal job to make this vehicle comfortable. We've got the air conditioning rolling. It's about 98 degrees here in Charleston at end of July. Cruising around Daniel Island, which is a beautiful neighborhood just down the road from our facility. 30 miles an hour around town, not obnoxious, not obnoxiously loud, which this engine potentially could be if you wanted it to be, but we want it usable, right? So the cabin is nice and quiet. The team did a phenomenal job with the insulation. Under the German square weave carpet, there's a tremendous amount of insulation behind this custom dash. We really wanted to make this cabin comfortable, keeping that road noise out, the heat out, the air conditioning in, and then winter months, keep that heat in as well. We'll open it up on the highway and have some fun. You'll hear that Whipple supercharger kick in. The rawness of all of that is just absolutely invigorating, but we want it usable. Most of the time we might be running into town to grab a coffee or load up the back with some gear, and we don't want all of our neighbors upset with us. So,
what's that?
may I have a medium black iced coffee, please? Thank you. So I'm fairly certain we're the only people in the world that are going through a drive-through in a Perentie 6x6. No, that's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Put that there. This is the best of both worlds. I mean, sitting here talking with you and cruising around, the engine's there, but it's certainly not overbearing. But we're gonna have some fun with it, just be out here enjoying it. I will say the looks that you get when you pass people are they're a bit amazed at what they might be looking at. That certainly adds to the experience, but it's just a pleasure to drive. You'll see this massive windscreen, tons of visibility in this cabin. You can look out the back here with the flatbed, tons of visibility looking back. We've got a backup camera, so you're gonna have that longer bed. You're gonna want to be able to see what's behind you. Technology throughout the cabin. We've got the power windows and locks. We've got wireless CarPlay here, so we'll be able to control Spotify and everything else, get the music rolling from up here on our control panel. Really easy integration. I can run it through my phone as well to make it easy, but all wireless. We have some charging ports, of course, to keep those smartphones rolling as well. But just an absolute pleasure. This might be the longest video we have because I just want to keep driving. So we talked about the tamer side of this vehicle, cruising around town, not trying to upset our neighbors. We check that box. But what's fun about this vehicle is what's under the hood. And let's listen to it. You hear that Whipple supercharger spooling up? Outstandingly motivating. I don't need coffee today. I got this thing. Holding the road phenomenally. Got one hand on the wheel. All the power in the world right now. Let's go. Oh man, got the chills. On the surface, you look at a vehicle like this, you say a 6x6 with 840 horsepower. What in the world would I need that for? But I can tell you, as I'm sitting behind the wheel here, you got every reason in the world to have this vehicle. It's versatile. You can obviously load it up with gear. You can cruise around town. The team did a phenomenal job aesthetically. I mean, this thing is beautiful. But driving it, if I'm being selfish, I don't know if we have a more invigorating vehicle to drive. I mean, hearing that engine spool up, the power transmitted to the drivetrain is just on demand. And I mean, it's early here in Charleston, but I'm ready to go. I don't need caffeine today. I got the adrenaline from this thing. One of the things you won't see is our team has completely rewired this vehicle. We really wanted to build up that system. That's something we always like to do on our vehicles. So custom fuse panel, completely custom wiring harness, all modern components, and accessible under the seat box for future service in mind. That is truly important. Although this vehicle is one of our most ridiculous builds, we want to make it that it's something that you can maintain in a modern context wherever it ends up being deployed here in the United States. As I mentioned when we started this video, this is a vehicle you certainly will never see another one again. This is one of a kind. Our team did a phenomenal job to bring it to more modern standards, making it truly one of the most fun vehicles we've ever built from a driver's perspective. This thing is as advertised. It's raw, it's got all the power on demand. They did a phenomenal job with the interior. It's quiet and comfortable with that air conditioning, got the music playing, listening to that supercharged LS3 engine. I mean, this thing might have been originally built in England, but it is so American, it's unbelievable. So I'm gonna go take it out for a drive. We're gonna have some fun. Zach will cut to some videos of us out there. I've got to apologize. The comment about this not being British, that's rude, insensitive. This was built in England originally, big part of British history. So that's my fault. Pretty American though. Zach, you got everything you need? You don't think we should drive just a little bit more before we go back to the shop? I think we should probably just do one more pass before we head back and get back at the desk. I think I'm gonna make sure this thing is properly built. Yeah. Feels right. Test out the power here. All right, we'll probably catch you later.